Our intuition is telling us all the time, and it doesn't really have a good feeling, bad feeling. It just is there and it lets us know. And then we put some sort of judgment over it that kind of blurs our vision. Yeah, permission is really key. How beautiful is it that you got through it, you experienced it, and then now there's this beautiful thing on the other side, right? Like usually what's on the other side of that, it's kind of like, are you going to move through it? You feel in your body, this is me nervous because I'm doing something I've never done before. And this is scary because it should feel scary. Like it's going to feel scary when we step into unknown territory and we don't know what the outcome's going to be. Like totally terrifying. Like your body has a right to be terrified. Like that's like instinctive, I think. Like we don't know, we can't predict. We don't know, we can keep you safe on what's on the other side of this. But I always think about when in relation to like story sharing and like art for me, I always think about there's in Big Magic with Elizabeth Gilbert, she talks about how that voice comes in and then she just says to it, you know what? I'm just trying to write a poem. I'm not doing anything, like nothing's happening. It's okay. Like, we're just writing something. It's not a big deal. I'm just expressing myself.
Yeah. Our body misfires in crazy ways, right? It's like, risk, you might die. And you're like, wait a second, the thing I'm doing, like what is really the risk? And I think this relates to fundraisers in so many ways too. Even what you were saying around like going into situations where you don't know the outcome, right? That's what they're experiencing every time they're having a meeting with a funder to a certain extent, is like, you don't know exactly the outcome. And so much sort of fear and anxiety comes up. To me, it's like both. It's like, one, you're allowed to feel those feelings, like, because it feels like something's at stake here. And so you don't want to shame yourself around feeling those feelings. And how can you focus on like kind of do some of that maybe catastrophic decatastrophizing thinking that Elizabeth Gilbert talks about, which is like, what's really at stake here? What's the worst case scenario? And then sometimes you have to go farther, which is like, what's the belief there? Because sometimes I think the worst case scenario is that it affirms a belief that we really don't want affirmed about ourselves, or we think it does, right? It's like,
definitely. I think we all have some form of fear or belief that's rooted in some form of rejection. And I think that when it comes to asking for your needs being met, whether it be in a professional level or whether it be personal level, there's always that fear of, will they see me? Will they hear me? How will they respond to it?